Okay, so now we come to assessment. I know you'll all be wanting to know about this. We can first think about the learning outcomes, though, which is the real point of the, we do the assessment in order to make sure you've achieved the learning outcomes, and we do the teaching in order for that, in order to aim towards that. So yeah, this is the real point of everything that's going on. But when you have completed this module successfully, you'll be able to design a questionnaire, design a codebook for content analysis, articulate the practical differences between different approaches to sampling and experiment design, carry out tabular correlation and regression analysis. I know you don't know what those are yet. Calculate and interpret margin of error, statistical significance and confidence intervals using standard tools, interpret them correctly and recognize when they're not appropriate to use. Again, I know you don't know what those are yet, but you will learn. And you'll also be able to articulate the ethical considerations that are relevant to quantitative research. So, how do we assess this? Well, 40% of your grade for this module depends on your score in a multiple choice exam. To pass this exam, you'll have to demonstrate your knowledge and understanding of such topics as definitions of terms, good practices in research, and statistical tests and their interpretation. So, if you hear me if you hear me defining a term in a lecture, like if I tell you what regression means, for example, or what, then pay attention, because that's highly likely to be something that you get tested on. Good practices, when I'm telling you, do it like this, don't do it like that, take note of that, remember it. That's the kind of thing that can come up in the exam. And again, the statistical tests that we come to later in the module, learn those and learn how to interpret them, because that's the kind of thing that can come up in the exam. What about the coursework? Well, 60% of your grade in this module will depend on coursework. That will take the form of a quantitative research project. We will talk about it more later in the course. For now, please don't worry about it. You don't yet have all the knowledge necessary to start planning for it. You won't have the knowledge necessary to start planning for it for several weeks. Please don't start emailing me in a couple of weeks asking me to talk about the coursework. I'm not going to. You're not ready yet. Just follow the course as it's laid out, follow the course as it is. You will reach a point where you're ready to start working on that coursework, and then I will start talking about the coursework. Until then, don't worry about it, just focus on learning stuff, because this is how you're actually going to pass the module, and this is how you're going to hit the learning outcomes, which is what I really care about.